But now I have some questions for you. Are you a fan of scary stories? Do you enjoy being terrified just thinking about all the creepy things that might be lurking around us? Well, if so, I have a question for you. How do you think the story ended? Was Ted lost in the cave forever? Did he discover something terrifying, or was it all a hoax? Share your thoughts in the comments. We can talk about it. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit subscribe. Who knows? You might have heard this story before, but the original version from 2001 is genuinely terrifying, and that's why it stuck with me for so long. It all began with a man named Ted and his friend, B. They loved exploring caves, and one day they found something that they thought was really cool. A hole in the wall that was narrow but intriguing, something that they just had to check out. It was like a secret passageway into another dimension, calling to them from the darkness. But then they started hearing weird noises, like the wind blowing, even though there was no breeze outside, and the air grew colder. That's when they knew they were onto something big, something that would change everything. With hearts pounding, they chipped away at the rock, until finally, after weeks of work, they managed to dig themselves into the mysterious passage. On the other side, they found a huge stone chamber filled with ancient symbols that looked like they were written in hieroglyphics. It was like walking into an underground temple, untouched for centuries. But the best was yet to come. In the center of the chamber stood a giant rock that was perfectly round, like a giant ball sitting on the ground. But there was something strange about it. It vibrated slightly and made a low rumbling noise. Like a sleeping giant, it hummed with power, beckoning to Ted and B. As they approached the rock, the humming grew louder, shaking the very foundations of the cave. Suddenly, with a deafening roar, the rock split open, revealing a blinding light inside. Curiosity overcame them, and they edged closer to the opening, desperate to see what lay beyond. Just as they reached out to touch the rock, a piercing screech echoed through the cavern, sending shivers down their spines. The light intensified, and the rock began to spin rapidly, creating a vortex of swirling energy that sucked everything in its path. Trapped in the swirling chaos, they could only scream as the darkness consumed them whole. Now, I want you to take a moment to pause and think about what happened next. How do you think the story ended? Let me know in the comments. While you're at it, hit that subscribe button to join our community of fellow horror fans. Don't miss out on any of our spine-chilling tales. After what felt like hours, Ted regained his senses. When he opened his eyes, he found himself lying on the ground. He sat up, dazed and confused, trying to piece together what had happened. As he slowly came to his senses, he realized that he was alone and that B was nowhere to be found. Panic started to set in. Where could B be? Had he been taken by whatever force had opened the rock? Was he trapped in the swirling vortex? Or perhaps worse? Determined to find his friend, Ted began to search the area, calling out for B. But his calls were met with silence. The only response was the eerie echo of his own voice bouncing back at him. Desperate and afraid, Ted decided to follow the path back to the entrance of the cave. But as he turned to go, he noticed something strange. The mysterious hieroglyphics on the walls seemed to be glowing faintly, and the air was thick with a palpable energy that sent shivers down his spine. As he walked, the symbols seemed to guide him deeper into the cave, away from the entrance, and towards the heart of the earth. Fear gnawed at him, but his determination to find B kept him moving forward. But then suddenly, just as he was about to give up hope, he heard a faint sound in the distance. It was a low rumble, like the sound of distant thunder. But as he got closer, he realized that it was coming from within the very walls of the cave. And that's where we'll leave off today. Next time, we'll continue the story. Until then, let your imagination run wild. What do you think Ted discovers? What secrets are hidden in the cave? And what will happen to him? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the story so far, hit that subscribe button to join our community of fellow horror enthusiasts.